you came in with a lot of trolling, and there was the usual nepotism debate and all of that. How have you managed to silence the voices? And also tell me, did it take a toll on you emotionally in terms of anxiety? Did it how was it at that point?
So I think I've dealt with it in different ways at different stages in life. Like when things are going well, like right now things are going well and people are liking my work, then voices don't affect me as much. But if I'm not having a good day, like if I've had a bad day at work or something has not gone the way I want to, then even the smallest of voice will be times 100 for me. Like for example, right after Liger released and it didn't do as well and whatever, there was a lot of chatter about it because I think people had a lot of expectations from the film. And I was meant to start Dreamgirl like 2 days after Liger had released. So I finished off promotions, the film released, and then that weekend I had to fly and shoot for Dreamgirl. And I remember the night before shoot, I was like, I don't think I can do it. Like I can't act, what, maybe whatever everyone's been saying is true. And it really did affect me on set, and that's never happened to me before, where I was like nervous and I was fumbling with my lines. I was not being like, if it's normal to take many takes on set, but if anyway you're on that mindset that, oh, I'm not good enough, and then you're taking takes and you start like, it starts getting reinforced that, oh, what if it's happening because I can't act or I can't do it. So I think it affects me differently on different days, but I think in general I've gotten a lot better. Like, maybe something won't affect me today. Like, if I read something today that, like, oh, she's not good or she can't do this today, maybe I'm fine or in a good mood. But, like, 2 weeks later, I might be shooting or doing something. And in case I have a bad day, then all those old voices subconsciously, they build up in you. They don't really go away. Even if you read it right now and you ignore it, sometimes later it's still there in your, like, zehen. So it comes up, I think, it's like a later trigger effect.
So, what is the conversations you would have with your therapist?
Another example, when I started out, the first year that my film came out and everything, that's it. My film released in May, and literally, I think a month later, someone created like a fake profile at that time, and they pretended to be like someone from my school, and they were writing all these like horrible things that I bullied people and I did this and that. And it was actually no one, like it wasn't anyone that I knew, or it was like just a random fake profile. But the problem was people were believing it. They thought that I lied about my education, that I didn't actually get into college, and I actually had to come out there and like show my college certificate and be like, guys, I did get in. Like, why would I lie about something like this? I'm very honest that I didn't eventually go and study, but I did get into college. And those few weeks also, I used to find it very tough to like go on set and shoot, because more than me, I think I was like, what are people thinking about me? Like, what if the person behind the camera has read this article and do they think that I'm a liar? So I was getting very caught up about what other people think about me. So I think now over time, I've kind of stopped caring about what people think, because you can't control it. At the end of the day, people are going to think what you want. And it's just, you have to just work. And that's the only way to, as you said, kind of silence people.
What bulb or what switch just switched on in you with suddenly there was like this all new person with Ho Gaye Hum Kahan?
Honestly, it was Gehraiyan was that switch. And it may not have been a switch in people's minds. I think maybe a few people took me seriously after Gehraiyan, but definitely within me as an actor, everything changed on that film. Because I think before that, I was just, like, I grew up just wanting to be on a big screen. I just wanted to dance and sing and dress up and wear those chiffon saris and, be in all of Karan's films. And I still do. And that the child in me and the actor in me today still wants to do that. But that's all I knew about cinema, And then I was also, and I still am to a certain degree, a very big director's actor. So, my first few films, they told me to stand there, I would stand there. They told me to say the dialogue, I'd say it. I wasn't a thinking actor. I would just do what I was told to do. And I didn't think I could voice my opinion or say that, can we try it like this? Can we do it differently? And I think on Gehraiyan, Shakun really pushed me to do that. Like, he came out and said that, listen, not everyone is going to look out for you the way you look out for yourself, and you really need to start doing your own homework. You need to start building the character on your own, because you're going to come across all kinds of directors, and directors have so much going on set. They can't only be thinking about you and your character. You have to develop that for yourself as well. And he really helped me find my process on that film. And a lot of people before Gehraiyan were like, why are you playing second and you're in an ensemble again? And I'd done so many two-girl films. Like there was Student of the Year, there was, Pati Patni Aur Wo, and then I was doing Gehraiyan also. And they were like, why do you want to do another one? But for me, I was like, this journey is going to teach me something. I'm going to learn from Deepika, I'm going to learn from Shakun. And these are people I've looked up to and I've wanted to work with. And I ended up actually changing the most, I think, after that. That's been my thought process when it's gone about thinking about the kind of films that I want to do. Everyone's like, you're doing too many OTT films right now, but I'm not thinking like that before I'm choosing a script. It's not coming to my mind that ye theatre mein jayegi ya is it going to be an OTT film. I just want to do good parts and work with good people, and then whatever the fate of the film is.
I've just gone through some of the stuff that I've read on you in the past. There was a talk that you were sort of body shame, like when you had sort of reached that awkward 12, 13 years, somebody called you chicken leg,
Yeah.
somebody called you started to hunch back. So is that like serious body shaming, and did that impact your personality a lot?
I mean, it's as serious as like a 13-year-old can deal with
No, it's
at
very,
that point.
it's wrong.
I mean, because I think at that age, you're also kind of like learning about yourself and your own body, and you're starting to like dress a certain way. Before that, it's all cool and chill, and I used to be wearing my brother's clothes and going everywhere. I didn't even give it a thought. But at that 13, 14 age, you're dressing up, and you start liking boys, and like everything changes, when you're in your teenage years. And I think that's the time when if someone says something about the way you look or your body or your personality, then it really can scar you and it can really stay with you. Like the fact that I still remember.
Like what did
it,
they tell
There's
you?
only chicken legs, or I'm too hairy, or I have a hunch, because I was so tall. I could not hear what people were saying. So I would naturally just keep bending, and then, I just got like a natural hunch. So people would say
Did that erode your personality in any way?
I don't think it eroded my personality, but it obviously made me less confident. Like in school, I wasn't, like, even though I always knew I wanted to be an actor, I was never that. So actually, when I was I would say from 3 to 10, I was very tall. Like, I would be that one at a birthday party who knew all the steps. And how I am now, I was like that from 3 to 10, basically. Very confident, very chatty and all that. Then, in those teenage years, when you start hearing things about the way you look or your personality, that made me very conscious and very aware. And after that, I stopped volunteering to be in any school plays and stuff. I would just kind of, even if my friends and I were doing like a dance performance in school, I would always be like, no, can I stand behind? I'm going to be behind. And I would never like audition to be like a main lead. I would always kind of prefer to take the a back position of that sort. So now, actually thinking about it, maybe that was the reason that did happen. And it took me time. Like, I'm not even saying as soon as I became an actor that went away. Even in my first film, I really struggled with like my body image. Am I too thin? Am I, not thin enough? Because it was like, it's still till today I'm more comfortable, but it did take me my first few films also to kind of settle in.
Like, give me an example how.
I was that very, excited child who was like dancing at birthday parties. I knew all the hook steps. I was like how I am now. And I was like that from 3 to 10. And I think in that time when, people started calling me names, and they weren't just calling me names, they were calling everyone whatever kind of names. And that did impact my personality, because then I stopped volunteering to kind of perform or, put myself out there. I would always opt to be one of the, people in the background. I wouldn't want to be in the front row and perform, because that made I was conscious about, am I looking bad, am I not good enough, and for my first couple of films also, I think I still had that perception about myself.